Hi folks, Pete here from Ashton's Cars, and today we're going to do a quick video walk around on our 2011 Ford Kuga. This is a 2-litre tdci model, and as you can see, it's a very smart looking SUV style vehicle. I say style because this is a 2-wheel drive car, it's not a 4x4. It's the Zetec model with the diesel engine, 2-litre diesel engine, about 140 horsepower, so a really good sort of powerful diesel. Very nice performance on this car. This particular one has got the uprated alloy wheels. It's got 17-inch wheels on it, which I believe are sort of the titanium style wheel. They're not the Zetec items that were original because the previous owner uprated them, but they are proper Ford ones. It's a nice looking car in grey. These are, I can't believe actually this is the first video walk around I'm doing on a Ford Kuga, because they are a firm favourite, which tend to sell very quickly, which is I think why we haven't got round to videoing one before. They tend to go out as soon as they come in. This particular car came in part exchange to us though. It's done about 109,000 miles, so about average really for a 10-year-old car. They've got a lovely spec, these. They tend to be the sort of most popular family vehicle that Ford does now, because the Mondeo has been axed from most recent range, and these sort of SUV style vehicles have really taken over as the main sort of family vehicles in the range. Thing I like about the Ford Kuga, in particular, thing I like about this earlier model, because this is the original Kuga, is that it's quite a sporty looking vehicle. Certainly a lot more sort of sporty looking than a Qashqai or you know, other sort of SUV rivals that you can think of in this range. It was replaced by the newer Kuga that you see around, which is slightly larger, slightly longer, but has lost some of its sporty edge. I like the fact that this car, for example, has got this nice silver diffuser with twin exhaust tailpipes at the back, which I think look rather fetching, don't they? A little bit sportier than your average Qashqai, that, or Vauxhall Mocha. And then the side of it, it's a very nice looking car. You got these nice sort of air vents by here, which I think look really good. They sort of give it a bit more of a sporty look. And the main thing I like on these newer, on these earlier ones, is this sort of raised bonnet bulges on the bonnet. The car just looks wide, it looks squat, it looks like a real sort of sporty car. You don't tend to see many of these SUVs that have got the sort of sporting look that the Kuga has. This Zetec model, again, Zetec trim means that you get things like aluminium roof rails on it. You do get alloy wheels, although these are even nicer than the standard ones. You've got chrome bezels around some front fog lights, and again, some silver trim to the front as well to match that silver trim at the rear. It's just a nice looking car, especially in a nice dark, when I say grey, I've been told that it's a blue by Ford, but it looks grey to me. But you know what modern car colours are like. It's probably got some fantastic name. It looks a grey blue. Let's just zoom in on a few negatives before we go too far. There is a very small stone chip by here. Again, very minor. Doesn't really notice it when I'm not zooming in on it, but thought I'd point that out to you. And if we come around to the back of the car, overall very clean actually, not really any marks on this car to speak of. But round at the back here, I did notice a couple of very small stone chips on the rear bumper. Looks like someone's just brushed against the tow bar when they were parking it or something, but it hasn't actually dented the bumper at all. It's just literally chipped a little bit of paint away. Now let's show you the boot, because the interesting thing on this particular one is it's got the split tailgate, so I can open that part separately. I have got a nice big heavy duty load cover in here, and I've got split fold seats as well. If I want to gain full access to the rear, I can do that by just opening it as one like that. And as you can see, a huge opening it is. Ideal for family, ideal if you've got pets. As you can see, there is no lip here. This is straight into the boot. This big chunky plastic carpet has saved the original carpet underneath it. It's in very good condition, and it's a nice easy space to access because there's no intrusion here. It's a nice wide opening boot, so that's ideal not just for families, but as I say, for pets, or if you trip to the garden centre. It's just a perfect all-rounder, and that is exactly what a Ford Kuga is. It's a really good all-rounder, and if you want your SUV with a bit more style, I tend to find these are a little bit more desirable and a little bit more sporty looking than, you know, rivals from Nissan and Vauxhall. Tinted glass to the rear on this particular one, and to the front the previous owners also fitted these rather nice wind deflectors. They don't really serve much of a purpose other than to stop drips coming on you when you got your windows down, but they look good, and that's what it's all about. Let's have a quick look inside. So inside the Kuga is pure Ford. If you're used to a Mondeo, it will look quite familiar because it's very similar. It's got the nice two-tone dashboard with the sort of carbon look trim by here, nice silver trim by here as well. Shows it's a Zetec model, one of the higher spec models. Let's give it a quick start up. Now to do that, I've got a key in my pocket. The car is actually keyless go, so all I have to do is dip the clutch and press the power button, and she fires up. And as you can see, she settles down to a nice even idle. There's no warning lights on the car. If the lights that are on there look like they're flashing, it's because of my recording equipment and not because of my my actual car itself. I'm going to give it a very quick rev. As you can see, revs nicely, nice and clean, and no smoke from the rear, indicates I haven't got any worries on this car. Another thing, like on so many diesels, and I do say this on a lot of the videos, one of the things that I always check when I'm buying a Ford Kuga is the clutch. So to do that, let's just turn the fan right off. I'll have to roast for a minute because I did have the aircon on. If I dip the clutch pedal and then depress it again, there should be no change in engine sound, and there isn't on this particular car. That's because the clutch and flywheel are absolutely fine. But if you do hear a clattering as you disengage that clutch, it can be a sign that the flywheel is on its way out, and that's very costly on a Ford Kuga. It can be between £800 and £1,000 to do a clutch and flywheel on this car. So I always recommend making sure that you check that and buy off a reputable dealer, because they will have already checked it for you. So what have we got here? 6-speed manual gearbox. I like the fact that it's actually a normal handbrake as well. Less to go wrong, no electric handbrakes on this particular model. We've got climate controlled air conditioning, which has got dual zones, so I've got a separate control for the passenger, one for the driver as well. And I've also got a front and rear heated screen on the car. Very unusual that only Ford tend to have these front heated screens, because they patented it many years ago. It's a nice straightforward stereo system, which will be familiar to anyone who's driven Fords, and it's got 3 cup holders here, which are perfect. Nice sort of armrest as well, which has got a bit of storage space inside, and it's all very well thought out. It's typically a Ford. Mileage on this car is 109,772. Again, I would say that's about average. It's done about 10,000 miles a year because it's coming up for 11 years old. I'll just press the power button again and knock it off a second, and I'll just show you around the outside one more time. But essentially in this car you have everything that you need on a modern family car. Full electrics pack, loads of oddments trays and storage compartments. It's very well thought out, and it's all very good quality. Typically Ford. Let's quickly look in the back just to show you. No nasty surprises there, plenty of space. Again, the seats on this particular ones, well, on Ford Kugas, sit very high in the back, and that gives you plenty of space to lord it over the drivers. It means that you have a very good sort of sense of vision when you're in the back of this car, and because it's got a nice high roof line, there's plenty of headroom in it as well, so even tall passengers will feel more than comfortable in the back of a Ford Kuga. So what can we say? I think if you're looking for something that's family friendly with a little bit of style, you cannot go wrong with these cars, and that's why they're very popular. You see a lot of Kugas around, and with good reason. So much so that they started out selling the Mondeo, and now that no longer exists. If you're looking for a good modern family car, not going to cost a great deal of money to run or to buy, these early Kugas are absolutely fantastic value. And with this 2-litre tdci, it really is the engine to have in them. Just make sure that the clutch and flywheel don't make any adverse noises, like I just showed you, and you can't go far wrong. This particular one is available from ourselves. It's got nationwide delivery on it. We've got it priced at £5,500. And if you're looking to do a deal on that car, please give me a call. My number is 07932 873 646. The Ford Kuga is ready for delivery anywhere in the UK. It's just had a new MOT on it, and we'll be happy to take your old car in part exchange. Also guys, please give us a like, please give us a share, subscribe to our channel, comment below. If there's anything you need to know on the car, just give me a ring. Easiest thing to do is pick up the phone and ring 07932 873 646. Myself or one of my colleagues will be happy to assist you, and we'll be happy to arrange delivery of this car to your doorstep. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you're well, and we hope to see you very, very soon. Goodbye now.